Donna is pregnant. Eric makes a shocking decision. The bold and the beautiful spoilers, a creative dramatic story. The morning light filtered through the sheer curtains of Eric Forrester's bedroom, casting pale gold shadows across the walls of the sprawling Forrester mansion. Outside, Los Angeles hummed with life, traffic, ambition, dreams colliding at every corner. Inside, however, time felt suspended. Heavy. Uncertain. Donna Logan sat on the edge of the bed, her hands trembling slightly as she pressed them together in her lap. She had rehearsed this moment 100 times in her head, each version ending differently. In some, Eric laughed with joy and swept her into his arms. In others, he stared at her with disbelief, disappointment, even anger. But none of those imagined scenes prepared her for the reality of what she was about to say. Eric stood near the window, his back to her, sipping his coffee. He looked peaceful, unaware that his entire world was seconds away from being shaken to its core. "Eric," Donna finally said, her voice barely above a whisper. He turned, immediately sensing the tension in her tone. "Donna? What's wrong?" She swallowed hard. "I need to talk to you. About something important." Eric smiled gently and set the mug down. "You're scaring me. Come here." Donna stood, but her legs felt weak. She forced herself to meet his eyes, those familiar, kind eyes that had seen decades of love, loss, betrayal, and redemption. "I'm pregnant," she said. The words hung in the air like thunderclouds. Eric blinked once, then twice. For a moment, Donna thought he hadn't heard her. "You're pregnant," he repeated slowly. She nodded, tears filling her eyes. "I didn't plan this. I didn't even think it was possible at our age, but the doctor confirmed it. I'm about 8 weeks along." Silence followed. Not the comfortable kind, but the sort that presses against your chest and makes it hard to breathe. Eric sank into the chair behind him, his face pale. "Donna, I don't know what to say." "I know," she whispered. "That's why I was so scared to tell you." His mind raced. Another child. At his age. A baby entering a family already fractured by secrets, rivalries, and unhealed wounds. The Forresters were no strangers to scandal. But this changes everything, Eric finally said. Donna flinched. "Are you angry?" "No," he replied quickly. "No, I'm just overwhelmed." She reached for his hand. "I love you, Eric. I didn't expect this, but I believe every life is a gift." Eric looked down at their intertwined fingers. He loved Donna, her warmth, her optimism, her unwavering devotion. But fear crept in, uninvited and relentless. Could he really do this again? Later that day, Donna sat alone in the living room, her thoughts spiraling. Memories of her sisters flooded her mind, Brooke's complicated love life, Katie's struggles with health and heartbreak. The Logan women were strong, but they carried scars. What if Eric can't accept this? She wondered. What if this baby becomes a burden instead of a blessing? The sound of footsteps snapped her out of her thoughts. Ridge Forrester entered, sunglasses perched on his head, his expression casual, until he saw Donna's face. "Donna? You okay?" he asked. She hesitated. This wasn't how she wanted anyone else to find out. But the truth had a way of forcing itself into the open at Forrester Creations. "Ridge, I'm pregnant." His jaw dropped. "Wait, what?" "With your father's child," she added softly. Ridge ran a hand through his hair. "Wow. Okay. Wow." "That's not exactly reassuring," Donna said. No, I didn't mean," he sighed. "This is just a lot." "How is he taking it?" "I don't know yet," she admitted. "His processing." Ridge leaned against the wall, conflicted. He loved his father. He also knew Eric better than anyone. "My dad has always believed in family. But he also hates chaos. And this is chaos." Donna looked away. "I was afraid of that." Across town, at Forrester Creations, Eric stood alone in his office, staring at an old photograph on his desk. It showed him years ago, holding baby Ridge in his arms, pride shining in his eyes. He remembered the sleepless nights, the responsibility, the mistakes. "Am I strong enough to do this again?" he asked himself. The door opened without a knock. Steffi Forrester stepped in. "Dad, Ridge told me." Eric exhaled sharply. "Of course he did." "Is it true?" she asked gently. "Yes," he said. Donna is pregnant. Steffi crossed her arms, her protective instincts flaring. And what are you going to do? That question echoed in his head long after she left. That evening, the Forrester mansion buzzed with tension as family members gathered, some invited, others arriving out of concern, curiosity, or suspicion. Brooke sat beside Donna, squeezing her hand. "You're not alone," she whispered. Katie nodded in agreement. "Whatever happens, we'll get through this." Eric stood at the head of the room, his expression solemn. "I know everyone has questions," he began. "And opinions. But this is my life. Donna's life. And now, an innocent child's life." Rich spoke up. "Dad, no one is judging. We're just worried." Eric nodded. "So am I." Donna's heart pounded. She had never felt so exposed. "I've spent my entire life building this family," Eric continued. "For better or worse. And I've made mistakes, many of them." He turned to Donna, his gaze intense. "When you told me you were pregnant, my first reaction was fear. Fear that I'm too old. Fear that I won't be here long enough to raise this child. Fear that I'll fail." Tears streamed down Donna's face. "But then I realized something," Eric said. "Fear has never stopped this family from moving forward." The room fell silent. "I've made a decision," he announced. Donna held her breath. "I am stepping down as CEO of Forrester Creations." Gasps erupted. Rich shot to his feet. "What?" "Dad, you can't be serious." "I am," Eric said firmly. "This company has consumed my life. And while I'm proud of what I've built, it's time I focus on what truly matters." He turned to Donna again. "I want to be present. I want to be a father, not just in name, but in action. If I have a second chance at this, I'm not going to waste it." Donna sobbed openly now. "Eric, are you sure?" He cupped her face tenderly. "I've never been more sure of anything." Steffi looked stunned. "You're giving up everything, for a baby?" Eric smiled softly. "I'm choosing everything." The days that followed were filled with shockwaves throughout Los Angeles. At Forrester Creations, tension simmered as Ridge reluctantly took over interim leadership. He struggled with resentment, not toward the baby, but toward the upheaval. Meanwhile, Donna faced her own challenges: morning sickness, fatigue, and whispers from those who questioned her motives. "She trapped him," one designer sneered. "She's too old," another whispered. But Donna held her head high. One afternoon, as she sat in the garden, Eric joined her, placing a hand over her stomach. "I know this won't be easy," he said. "People will talk." "They always do," Donna replied. "But as long as we believe in each other, that's enough." Eric smiled. "I've spent decades designing clothes. Now I want to help create a life." But peace never lasts long in the world of the bold and the beautiful. Late one night, Eric received a call from his doctor. His face drained of color as he listened. Donna watched from across the room, dread pooling in her stomach. "What is it?" she asked when he hung up. Eric hesitated. "It's nothing," he said quickly. But Donna knew better. "Eric," she pressed. He sighed heavily. "The doctor wants to run more tests. About my heart." Her world tilted. "What does that mean?" "It means," he said quietly, "that stepping back from stress might not just be a choice, it might be necessary." Donna placed his hand on her belly. "Then this baby saved you." Eric's eyes filled with tears. "Or maybe this baby is the reason I need to fight harder than ever." As Donna lay awake that night, listening to Eric's steady breathing beside her, she realized one truth above all others. This child had already changed everything. And the real drama, the real test of love, loyalty, and legacy, was only just beginning.